What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Today we have on That's Legend LA. He's actually the one that we did a video response to that so many truck drivers sent me a video of. But That's Legend LA says that's actually just a snippet, a soundbite of what was actually said. You know, he has the original video. The link is down below. My guy, he is frustrated. He thinks that brokers are treating truck drivers, all truck drivers, he says, not great. He used other words, not great. And the thing is he wanted a chance to speak his piece. So Mutha Trucker News wanted to be able to respect that and give him the floor.
All right, so this is for my owner operators, people who own their truck, and you guys are in the East Coast. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna show you how to tell the brokers from the East Coast. And I hope you're watching this, the people, the brokers, the people who take advantage of these people. You meaning to tell me that you're paying these people in the East Coast almost $1 a mile, right? And then we gotta pay toll fees, we gotta pay taxes, we gotta pay our truck payments and insurance. Let me find out you're an owner operator taking this load. Let me show you how to do it. This is what you're gonna do. You're gonna tell every broker, you're gonna call every broker, make sure you call them, make sure you negotiated your deal and they said no, right? Then you're gonna pride, homie. You're gonna put $300 of fuel in your truck and you're gonna drive 300 miles down the road and look for more loads.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? First off, let me just say thank you so much for having me today. I'm a big fan. I've been watching you since I got my CDL, man. I've kept up with a lot of what you do, and I'm a big fan. And this is kind of
I appreciate that. You know, it's one of those things where, man, I just kept on getting link after link after link, and I'm reading this comment section, and people are, you know, people are in their fields feeling like, you know, I'm not going to speak for anybody, but I think there's a lot of people are hurting right now, and then I think in general, you know, on social media, right? As soon as you bring anything to do with race at all,
yeah.
people they're gonna feel a type of way at times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was talking to my fiance about that. You know, she's French, Black, and Mexican, Salvadorian. She's everything, and she's like, babe, anytime you mention anything about race, it's gonna block off anything you have to say, and it's just gonna focus on that. So I just want to say that to every single truck driver who's stepping out of their home and spending time away from the people they love and getting in that truck, I know your guys are going through it. I apologize that someone sent a video out with a narrative that it just seemed like it was just one significant group of people, but I know it's all of us. I know it's every single one of us. If you guys go to the original video, it wasn't like that. But of course, things are shared differently. If you're watching this is all for educational purposes for every single race, every single one of us. I did touch the bases on that. If you watch the original video, feel free to watch it. It's on That's Legend LA. You'll see the whole video. But as you see, it's all love for every single mankind, every single person who's working and doing everything to move America. And it's all love to everybody. And it's not just a specific person suffering. We are all going through it right now. We will all triumph from this point, and it was real disappointing because I have a lot of people that, look at what I do and they're like, they love the first video, and then they send me the one that you got and they're like, bro, they flipped your whole script. Like they're like not talking about anything you said in the beginning and just focused on that little part, and I was like, man, that's what they do to Donald Trump. That's what they do to a lot of speeches that are like, are going to be impactful and do something for the community. And they're just going to dissect it in a manner where it makes me seem like a bad guy. And I was just like, man, you know what? This is the perfect time to launch something I've been trying to launch, express something that I wanted to express. And this is all beneficial. You know what I mean? I'm a big believer on manifesting and energy, and this was all supposed to happen, and then I have something for this industry that I believe can change everything, to the point where we won't need brokers, and we won't need to have people tell us what we're going to get paid. And I'm firm on this. I've been working on this company for the past 3 years. I have investors. I have everything is set to go, but the whole launch system on how people are going to reciprocate to it, how who could qualify, is it for everybody, is it how long do you have to be in business, and all those things obviously are in detail, but it's something that I believe is going to create a worry-free environment to a place where people can finally feel like, man, I don't have to worry about anything when I drive now.
It sounds like some people got a snippet of your video and they didn't get the whole thing, right? So
Right.
I'm not one to put words into your mouth. I'm just, hey, the platform's simple, right? People send me a lot of videos about something.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll talk about it, and I'm glad that it grows to something where it could get back to you, the right source, and we can have that conversation, right? So before they cut off the original video, what was going on and what were you saying? Because it sounds like from that cut it was taken out of context, right?
I think honestly it's a race thing because there's a lot more African American drivers out here being taken advantage of, driving these cents per miles. When you go to Cali, you don't have they're paying you more than $3.50 a mile getting out of there. But yes, definitely. I was in the East Coast. I just delivered a load. It was a high-paying load coming out of California, almost $9,000 for 5 days of work, and it was a good run. One pick, one drop, nothing crazy, not a lot of drops. And I get there, I deliver the next day. I'm like, okay, let's find a load back. And I'm looking at these loads. And I've been in business for about 5 years. And I've already experienced this, right? But you assume that all the, let's say, the slaughter of companies that have gone, you would assume that it would have picked up by now. You know what I mean? And it definitely hasn't in the East Coast. So if you actually go to the original video, I'm very frustrated. I am cursing and I am speaking to East Coast brokers, but the whole conversation is, I start off by saying this message is for all the owner operators in the East Coast, all the truck drivers who own their companies. That's how I started it. That's how everything was. It's for a whole community because I know we're all one people. I know that when we go to truck stops, we hold doors open each other out of respect. We let the person go first out of respect. It's the only little bit of love out of the distance that we have from our family. You know what I mean? So me expressing this frustration for people who are having to even just negotiate these type of rates, so I'm just going off like, I'm saying, I hope that these East Coast brokers are watching this. I hope that you guys know that all you're doing is taking advantage of people, is what I'm stating, taking advantage of drivers, taking advantage of, I said, you guys are peasants of workers, because who does that? Who tries to take every little bit of, little pay that you have out of the East Coast driver? Those were my exact words, right? And then I went to what I actually do think it is. I'm not going back on what I said when what I was saying. I am speaking on, Americans that are the darker shade of skin, which just happen to be New Orleans, Louisiana, Georgia, Atlanta. Why is it that when I'm on that load board, everything is extremely low? Everything is dramatically low. Am I saying that other places like Tennessee or South Dakota or North Dakota are not getting no rates? No, I wasn't saying that. But what I do believe, and I do actually think that, and I know this is going back to race, which is a picky subject, but when a let's just say a certain shade answers the phone who lives in a dynamic in the United States, and then you hear a certain accent come from the person calling, correct? And that person has a strong Southern accent or a strong something, there's still racism in the world. There's still people in the world who's trying to put, I'm not saying it's happening all the time. I'm just saying it's a real thing. It still happens. You know what I mean? And I believe that also Caucasians, African Americans, Hispanic, Latinos, you name it, we're all suffering. But I do believe that because this is more of a prominent African American area, I do feel that's why that's happening. I do personally feel that. You know what I mean? It's not a race thing. It's not that Americans are getting any less or Hispanics are getting any less or people who don't speak English are getting any less. I don't believe that. I just believe I believe we all got it as bad, but I believe that this section is getting it as bad because of the prominent ethnicity in this area. I believe that, and everyone has a different perspective. Just how you can be I'm a firm believer in Trump. I love Trump. I love what Trump's doing. Did we believe in him before? Did we think he was a racist person? Yes, because of the narrative that they fed to us. You know what I mean? And then you get to introduce on who these people are, and boom, boom, boom. So if anyone watching this or anyone listening to this, I believe that we're all God's people. I believe that anyone that has a heartbeat is one of God. And then I apologize in the aspects of anyone getting the opposite message. But what I'm trying to do is unite us. What I'm trying to do is put us in a position to where we can all look at each other as one. And we all say, green at the end of the day is the color that matters, which is very important, it's what we're getting paid. But I do think that we need to stand up for more for each other. I do believe that we should be more mad. I do believe that there is a way that we can organize ourselves to where we can all succeed and triumph in an aspect where it'd be every race. It'd be like he was right. He was right. We're all the new slaves. We're all working paycheck to paycheck. It's not about race anymore. It's about, I made $240,000 last year, and they told me I got to pay 60 grand, 60 grand to the IRS.
Mm.
And I'm asking myself, I said, how many receipts I have for turbos, tires? Like, where do you guys think this money's going to come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much overhead. And my goal is, as much as I've learned, I dispatch myself, I drive myself, I do my own maintenance. I am the fully full running thing. So when you see a frustrated driver, I'm not just a driver. I'm a frustrated dispatcher. I'm a frustrated mechanic. I'm a frustrated person looking at the highways full of potholes when they want to give us citations. I'm a I'm a pissed off person running reefer who has to have a carb efficient in California to just run. You know what I mean? And to see people be like, well, this is all we can do, I'm gonna be pissed off for you, for us. You know what I mean? This is how we feed our families. And I believe if I'm not the one who's making a scene and causing some type of derogatory to be like, oh, this guy's saying this. No, this is what I'm trying to say. We gotta do something that's never been done to experience something that hasn't happened. And I have the serum. I have the the plan I have, and it's mastered perfectly to the point where if you qualify for this, you will be in a position to where your company could be passed down to your kids, and that's what it's
Mm.
about. you know how many people spend so much money on registration, insurance, tags, permits, you name it, man, it's crazy, and then lose their business because their authority hasn't been open long enough, or they don't have any references. Or, when I started off, I was taking cheap freight just to be like, man, just give me something. Just give me something. You know what I mean? Build my references. Now I don't take anything less than $3. Do I take it sometimes? Yes. But what I did that day and what I was speaking on, it was to get us riled up. It was to get us to pay attention to us. Nobody's better. Nobody's getting treated worse. We're all getting treated like trash right now. And the fact that we're just sitting here and just watching it happen, it's not okay. It's not normal. There should be a revolution. We should be doing something that makes the world scared that we won't move straight for you guys. We won't make the world turn for you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
There's no reason the man should be like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for daycare because my tire just blew out and my drums are gone, and DOT inspection said I can't get back on the road until I fix this. That's a horrific place to live at when we used to be heroes just 3 years ago. We were heroes, remember? Remember the, oh, I was getting free lunch when I was parked. They used to be like, oh, sir, thank you so much. I can't believe you're working under COVID.
When's the last time you got some free lunch, huh?
Oh my God. When's the last? Now it's just like, oh, this guy's not educated. He didn't grad. He's just a truck driver. Are you kidding me? We were just heroes. We were just heroes.